4th and goal from the 31-yard line. Who saw it coming? I love Nick Saban. He came out. Auburn didn't see it coming. That's for sure. Nick Saban, his comment to our own Jenny Dell after the game cracked me up. He said, been in some crazy games here. Normally doesn't go my way. I was thinking as we were on the 10-year anniversary of the kick six, remember when he wanted that last second? Remember when Nick Saban argued for that last second on the clock so that they could kick it from, 74 yards, it seemed like? Nick Saban and Alabama got a break at Jordan-Hare Stadium. What is this world coming to?
We've come to a world where you could drop 8 and still just leave a guy by himself in the corner of an end zone on a 4th and goal somehow.
No, the key is if you double team all of the inside receivers, you leave the outside receiver one-on-one wide open in the corner.
That was there was a breakdown in communication on that play, and Alabama took advantage of it. That was just, No,
they really did. They just double teamed all the inside receivers.
Yes, I know.
Drop 8, use 6 of them to occupy the middle of the field.
Well, it worked well, I guess, or it didn't. I don't know. That game was nuts. Like, there was this, as I was watching it, and it was close the entire time, and Alabama was trailing for quite a bit of it. It's like, I never thought Alabama was going to lose until like that snap went past Jalen Milroe there at the goal line. I was like, oh God, Alabama is going to lose this game. Like, this is actually going to happen. And I had accepted. It's like, well, there goes that whole playoff discussion of Alabama or Tennessee. It's going to destroy the CFP take economy. And then Jalen just lofts the ball up on 4th down. It's caught for a touchdown. And I had the same reaction that the Auburn sideline did.
He went past the line of scrimmage. Do you know? Oh,
yes. Yeah, oh my God. I completely forgot about that part.
All right. So in extra time in Atlanta, a young, wily freshman by the name of Tua Tagovailoa ran 13 yards backwards and took a sack in overtime. Georgia fans in Atlanta going crazy. We just sacked them. They're not in field goal range. They're not going to be able to beat us. And then on 2nd and 26, Tua Tagovailoa found Devontae Smith in the corner of the end zone. After a similar boneheaded play as taking a sack to go out 13 yards backwards in overtime, Jalen Milroe goes across the line of scrimmage, throws a pass, illegal forward pass. He then totally redeems himself with a touchdown pass in the corner. Bama's going to win the title.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, their offense is fixed.
No. Listen, that was a vibes centric. That I've got no like information that says anything that Alabama has done in this game or to this point in the season that they're the number 1 team in the country. I mean, that was weird. It was wild how they won that game. Did not play well enough to win.
Auburn finished with what? Let's see, 93 yards passing
on 6 completions. Auburn completed 6 passes.
Yeah,
and it nearly won the game. And if not for a muffed punt, maybe it does. I mean, that's the thing. Auburn had 93 yards passing. It had 3 turnovers. It was outgained by 120 yards roughly, and Alabama still needed that play to win the game. Like, that's college football in a nutshell right there.
I don't know what you say about this. I mean, look,
Alabama Jesus.
Man, seriously, that is. I did like Saban's smile at the end. You know, it sort of with the vibe of just taking it all in. I actually agree with Tom there. Like when they messed up that snap, was like, oh, they really might not win this.
Right.
Because that's a long way for Milroe to run the ball into the end zone. He's gonna have to throw it. And he did.
Maybe that was the plan. Maybe they got within like 10 yards and they were like, oh, wait, we can't call any of our plays. We need the Blues 15 yards real quick.
If you had Auburn over 6.5 wins as your season win total, like these last 2 weeks have been.
Wait, didn't I?
I did too. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. No bueno. Man, look, Bama's a really good team. Do we think this is going to work next week?
No.
Right.
Okay.
Especially because Georgia was
welcome to the club.
Yeah.
What do you mean welcome to the club?
Welcome to the club. Come on.
I've been saying I did not think their offense was fixed for about a month. I was like, look, it was because LSU had all their guys out, and then they played a dead walking Kentucky team. Like, I don't think this offense is fixed. I am a little weirded out by how many rushing yards and how effective Auburn was able to run the football today, though. I mean, like, that wasn't just a couple big runs. Auburn played keep away. They've done this twice now. Like, Auburn kind of did this to Georgia. So I'm like, Auburn can't pass, and we're still letting Auburn run for damn near 300. Like, what are we doing? That's a credit to what Auburn's doing, obviously, but also it's a little skeptical eye here.
Yeah, I'll take that. All right, bud. Where are we at with the Noles?
Well, win and cover. Just, look, in the paper tomorrow, it just looks like a nice, hard-fought rivalry win, which it was. Man, that was not great early from Tate Rodemaker in the offense at all. FSU had negative yards, I believe, through the first 20 minutes of the ball game. And I was like, look, they're not turning it over. So as long as they don't do that, maybe if Florida can't pull away, they'll find some footing. I thought a couple real key things. Number one, they really, like, the defense stepped up pretty hard. Like that, Florida got the one insane roughing the passer, which kind of thought Norvell was going to swing at the guy. And it looks like Norvell actually calls, like, he actually is waiting to, like, run on the field to yell at him. And he does, like, out past the hash marks. And then at the end of the game, you can tell he points at the ref and says something to him too as running off. And he ripped him as well in the press conference tonight. So, like, that was Florida's touchdown, right? Defense played really well. We talked on Big Game Breakdown about, would Florida have left tackle Austin Barber, and if not, that meant they had to play Damian George at left tackle, and that was really a deciding factor in the ballgame because Jared Verse ate Damian George's lunch and dinner because it was a night game, I guess.